gentleman's time has expired. By unanimous consent, we are going to recognize two members who are not on the committee, but who represent the Gulf of Mexico. We'll begin by recognizing the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Cao.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, the oil disaster has caused great economic impact to my district. Hundreds of businesses have closed and thousands out of work. Mr. Stern asked Mr. McKay to resign. Well, in the Asian culture, we do things differently. During the samurai days, we just give you a knife and ask you to commit harakiri. My constituents are still debating on what they want me to ask you to do. But with that being said, the cleanup process has been a disgrace. The claims process has been dismal. And 1 week into the oil spill, I approached BP about establishing a trust account, and I received no response. Now that the President is asking you to establish an escrow account, what would be your response?
I don't think any decisions have been made on a trust account. We've been clear, as I said, that we're going to pay all legitimate claims, and the whole company is standing behind that. So a decision on whether to do a trust fund or account, I don't believe has been made yet.
I've been approached by hundreds of constituents who said I am legitimate, and BP is saying that I'm not legitimate. How do you respond to them?
I don't understand the individual claims. I mean, if the claims have been submitted, then have they been rejected?
Well, they have not been rejected, but they've been delayed, and people, when their livelihoods are on the line, they cannot afford to be delayed.
I can't answer the question. I know that if there are issues with claims that we should talk about offline, I'd be glad to do that and get our claims experts to come see you and try to understand those claims.
Now, I want to ask a question to the panel because the moratorium is affecting Louisiana in a very tremendous way, and I'd like to ask you, do you have the technology to know exactly where the oil reservoir is? Do you have the technology to know that? In other words, do you know how deep you have to drill before you tap into an oil reservoir?
Well, yeah. Let me just say, to a reasonably high degree of accuracy, yes. So through
what would be reasonable? 90%, 95%?
You know, I'd actually have to get an expert to tell you, in the Gulf of Mexico, how many feet above or below would be the air range, but it's pretty close.
But generally, what risk exists if you were to drill a well partially? Would there be any risk involving that in not tapping into the reservoir? Would there be tremendous risk, minimal risk? Is there a risk of having a blowout like we did with the Deepwater Horizon?
Congressman, in response to an earlier question, I commented that most of the well control, a lot of the well control issues and blowouts have occurred prior to ever reaching the objective. Shallow gas hazards, overpressured saltwater zones can lead to well control problems. The difference is you would not be having a lot of oil spilling out of the well, but you would still have a blowout condition. You might have natural gas coming out instead. So there's risk. It's a risk management process to drill the well to the objective.
Now, if I were, in order to, I guess, to address two concerns. One, the administrations need to have additional time to implement safety procedures and protocol. But on the other hand, I'm facing the prospect of losing thousands of jobs in Louisiana because of the moratorium. Would allowing companies to drill partially and not allowing them to tap into the oil reservoir, would that create tremendous risk? The reason why I'm looking into this possible solution is to, on the one hand, allow the administration the time to do all the safety checks, but at the same time trying to keep the rigs in from not going anyplace else, because there is at this present moment a high demand for these rigs. Is that correct?
I've seen a proposal by Senator Landrieu to allow certain drilling operations to take place, and we think it is important to put the industry back to work. As we said earlier, the industry, through the Joint Industry Task Force, has made recommendations, and the Interior has made recommendations to that can be employed. One of the things that I would comment on is, as we raise standards, it's important that the MMS be adequately staffed to approve revised permitting procedures that are being put in place.
Thank you, Dr. Back.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentlelady from Texas.